Hello, hello. Hi. How is everybody today? How's my YouTube friends doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I am doing very good here in Southeast Kansas. Weather is beautiful and it is feeling very much like spring. So I just am coming to you today with a little bit of information on adhesives with Creative Memories Adhesives. Of course, we've talked a little bit about our 12-inch trimmer in the last video. We're still kind of working on the beginners aspects, and if you don't know anything about adhesives, this is a place to start. I will just run through some of our basics that we have, and I'll tell you, it is very, very important with your adhesives. I learned the hard way over 20 years ago. I really skimped on my cheap adhesive. I did not use quality Creative Memories permanent, wonderful adhesive. And I have albums now that pictures are falling apart, and I don't want you to make that mistake. It is so important that you use very good adhesive. I can't stress it enough. And for the price point, it is worth every penny. So today we're going to talk a little bit about adhesives. I'm gonna flip you guys over. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just gonna give you guys my little, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell when I have new videos coming up. And I will flip my camera over and we'll talk a little bit about adhesives. I'm going to read a little bit something that Creative Memories posted, and so it's not my exact, this is from Creative Memories, okay? So I'm just gonna flip you over to my desktop. Here are the adhesives that we're going to discuss today. And I would just first like to say that all of these adhesives are photo safe permanent, so we can put our photos and memorabilia down on pages and they are going to be safe and secure. I just received an email last week about some true products that the Creative Memories will always stand behind their products. They are amazing. So they have said for their adhesives, they have put them through the ringer with extreme temperature testing. They have to survive hot and cold extremes to ensure they will work perfectly no matter where you use them. Imagine baking in a hot car for weeks at 140 degrees, or stuck in a freezer for a whole day at 0. That is what kind of testing these adhesives are put through. And also, thanks to bleed tests, there are no more worries about messy color transfer. We have to make and ensure adhesives don't bleed through the materials you stick them to, even after being exposed to high heat, like being in a hot attic for weeks. So just imagine these tests have been put through the ringer, absolutely. So that was just a little bit that I read, and let's jump into adhesives. So here is your regular housing unit for the adhesives. They are all, this is the housing unit. They come apart and they are refillable. You'll find your refill right like that. They pop right down, and you have a safety secure. And each one of these are 34 feet. And I'll just show you a little bit how you just run it, lift it up, and there you go. It is a white adhesive and it is permanent. And you usually use about 1/4 of an inch on each 4 corners to adhere your photos down. This is the original, easy to use, regular Creative Memories adhesive. This is my go-to for everyday use. This is what I use. All right, and then our next adhesive is a repositional. And again, it has these are all color coded. I have them labeled just because I don't have the matching color coded cases. So I have them labeled. This is repositional. And again, they go into the original housing unit and they, excuse me, they come open just like so. They plop right down. And this repositional is, you never have to worry about mistakes anymore, okay? They have come so far with this, and I wish I would have had it years ago. It is great to secure down your photos, your embellishments, really intricate and small, delicate items. I will here show you just a little bit. So if you can see, it's a clear little dots. And so it's only going to adhere to your paper that is going to be attached. And if you look, I can rub my finger and there it is. It's gone. So if you make a mistake, you lift up your embellishment or your border, whatever you're working on, and it will be gone. And this is fantastic. Again, comes in 34 feet. This is go-to. Also, if you get it on your mat, you can rub it away. Creative Memories have had different exclusive items that you use, these silicone mats, and this particular one was an advisor exclusive. If you joined a team, you could have got these, but when you're using, it only sticks to the paper or the embellishments. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about the mini one. And the mini one, again, it comes as so. It's not that difficult. Just like so, and you can see it's very, very tiny. So again, this is just if you need a small little sliver on a very slim piece of border, or if you have a real tiny embellishment that you want to use, and it's very, and again, that's permanent, that's permanent. This will secure and hold. It is not permanent, but it is very strong. And I don't use the mini one very often just because I use the regular and repositional. All right, so again, this is the mini tape runner. And now let's talk about vellum. Vellum is specifically for vellum, designed for the paper, and it helps to minimize the appearance of the adhesive. It's not going to, if you were to put regular adhesive down, I'm gonna use a little bit of regular on vellum. I'm gonna put a little bit down, and then here, just let me trim. And if I were to put this down on my piece of paper, you can see the adhesive. And vellum is very pretty. It's a very delicate type of material. So when you use the actual vellum, it will hide. So here, I'll take a little bit bigger of a piece. So then when we do, I'm just gonna do the ends. And then when you stick them down, and we like to, it's what's called burnish, just this adheres it down and it will help. You just can take any smooth end. This is the bone folder. You can use a multi-purpose tool and burnish it, and there you go. You won't be able to see the adhesive on the vellum. Isn't that lovely? All right, so that again, that's the vellum. I'll just give you a little tiny bit. It's just like so. All right, so then next up we have little tape chips, and these I think are great for kids. Oh, these are double-sided, really easy to peel up, and so it just peels off, and then you can put it down, and then it will adhere. Like I said, it's double-sided. So if you have it on your picture, it's going to adhere, and you can just put those in the four corners and they work good. But I like these if you're working with kids, because kids with these, they're use tons of regular tape runner. You don't need a lot, and these are really good. I use these when I'm trying to weld pieces to paper. Like if I have two pieces of paper, I will put those on the back and weld them together, and that works very well. And then we got, next up, some photo tape. I will do a little demonstration here. I'm gonna flip this over, and the photo tape, it comes in a roll. It's 65 feet, and it's like a little dispenser. It has a little sharp edge that will cut the tape in, or you can use your scissors. You can just decide how much you need. And again, this is double-sided. I'm going to take my photo and I'm going to use this as an example. I'm going to put this down and adhere it, and I peel up the top, and you see that it's kind of hard to see, but you just see that it's just one continuous line of adhesive. And really what I use this photo tape for, I want a little brochure packet sleeve, and I don't want, what I would do is I would put it on the corners and then put it along the bottom, which I will just do the sides for now. And then you will put it down on your, I put a little bit too much down there, put it down. So then it adheres the corners, and then if I wanted to put something in here, like make it a little brochure pocket, I can put a little ticket stub or another photo outside of it. So then you don't have any worry of having it come apart on the ends. So there is the photo tape. That's, again, it comes just like how this is. It's and I don't use a ton of this. Again, I'm always using my regular. I should branch out and use some of my others, but I always have my go-tos. And then up next, we have the foam tape and foam squares. Those come in handy when you are trying to embellish and raise your stickers, and if you have a larger sticker that you want to give it a dimension, that's basically the foam squares. It's going to raise and it just gives it a little bit of a shadow effect. And again, these are double-sided. These are the foam squares, and you have the small, medium, and large and extra large. So you can put multiple on one, or you have the foam tape, which comes in complete strips. So for instance, if I were to have, do I have a small little embellishment that we want to raise up? I will just show quickly. It just gives it a little bit, if you see, a little bit of height and dimension. They are fabulous for kind of a 3D effect. So again, if you can kind of see how they're adhered. And if you had a large one, you could just take the actual photo tape and put it along the whole back side and plop it down, and it gives it beautiful dimension. Those are lovely, lovely. So there's the foam squares. I hope you guys are hanging in here. And then next is the archiver, the corners. I only have used these a few times. These are just what they're called. They're great for old photos that you don't want to adhere down into albums. They're little corners that you will put in your photo album and slide your pictures right in the corners. And they come in the craft color and then the regular clear, different sizes. So if you have a larger 8x10, you can use that, or you can use the smaller. So those are the corners for old pictures that you don't want to. And then the last one is the precision point pen. This one is another great one if you have really small, intricate detail things that you are trying to adhere down. For instance, if you're doing like a cricket and you have little dots on the eye, you just need a tiny bit. This has a squeeze tube, and you just give it a gentle squeeze, and the top, it comes out just like so. And then you would put your little dot of the eye on there and press down for a few seconds, and there you got the beautiful adhesive precision point tip. So I hope that was a little bit of information on our beautiful, fabulous, photo safe and permanent photo memorabilia adhesives. I'm gonna flip you guys over so I can say hello. And hello again. So thanks so much for tuning in. And if you guys have any questions or any shopping wants, I have my little link here that you can shop any of these adhesives that we just talked about. And I hope you guys are doing well and can't wait to see you guys again. And stay tuned for our next video. And I hope you guys are still printing your pictures and we are being friends through the lens. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.